date it is. I don't know, the 17th, 18th. I have no clue, and I'm not even gonna look right now. So I've tried to make this video like a million times, and I just start crying my eyes out, and then I can't talk, and it just doesn't work. I had a really hard week still going on. 3-4 days ago, took my daughter to her doctor's appointment. Y'all saw that video. No, the day before was other doctor's appointments, and then we went to another one, and y'all saw that video. Well, when we got home, I had to move the vehicles because the ambulance was coming. Hold on. Alright, so I honestly thought, I was devastated. I honestly thought we were going to lose my dad that night. Here we go again. Hold on. Okay, let's try to get past that part. He made it to the hospital in time. He, when the ambulance came, he didn't know what was wrong with him. He knew when he stood up, he felt weird and he couldn't breathe. And he would sit back down and he'd think he'd be okay. And he stand up and he felt weird. Basically, he was passing out but not knowing it. Like, he was in the verge of passing out. They put the little heart monitor to see what was going on. Of course, his blood sugar at that time was 300 and something, which was low compared to what it's been every day at the hospital, like 421 and stuff at the hospital, because normal insulin does not work on him. And he can't bring his own from home and get it administered. They don't let you. And now I know why, and we'll explain that in a second. So they got him to the hospital, and his pulse, and I could see, I knew, y'all, I'm addicted to health stuff, and I watch every health, real and fake stuff out there, but it's still real information. And I could tell he was bradycardic, I can't even say it, on the monitor. His pulse was dropping down into the 40s and 30s, and then as soon as they stood him up, and his blood pressure was like non-existing. Like, usually you're dead when your blood pressure is that low. And then they stand him back up, and it was really high, and no, it's not POTS. They got him to the hospital in time, and his heart just would not recover. Like, if he bent over, it'd stop. So they had to go in, which he still has in, wires to his heart to zap it back. Basically, it is a electrical blockage, AV, block. It's called a block, not blockage, block. Electrical block. His heart doctor came the next day. They did a catheterization. Weirdly, his arteries that were clogged aren't clogged anymore. He has no clogs. So it wasn't that. His, they weren't sure if it was the blood pressure meds he was on, because they had like Metotoplo or something they had gone up on recently, and it can have weird things like that, so they needed it out of his system for 4 days. He started to do better. Of course, he still hooked to the machine to do his heart, because his pulse, y'all, sitting there last night watching it, it would be like 60, 50, and shoot to 90, and right back down to 50 in seconds. I've never seen pulse go so crazy all over the place. And then the pharmacist had told them to go ahead and bring his eye drops, because he has severe pressure in his eyes. He's supposed to be on these drops. The drops that the pharmacy would not allow me to go on, because I used to have too much electricity to my heart that caused severe heart palpitations around the clock. I was on medication for it and everything, and keto cured that, and it has not come back. Even with the weight gain, even with COVID multiple times, even with all my sicknesses, that condition has not come back. My dad does not have enough electricity going to the heart, and his bottom heart isn't exactly talking to the top of his heart. My pharmacist, who wasn't even a doctor, would not prescribe the medications. Like, he would not fill them for me. Like, not prescribe, but he refused to fill what they prescribed because of my heart condition. It can cause what my dad is having. And my mom, the pharmacy told at the hospital to my mom to bring in the drops because they didn't have them and couldn't get them, and he really needed them because he'd been off of them for almost 4 days. And at this point, he started to get better. And within 45 minutes of him taking those drops, he had a 2-hour episode. It was so bad that they ended up having to give him Xanax because you think you're dying, because your pulse is like, his pulse was dropping below 30 for 2 hours. Like, it was horrible. And the machine kept popping him, and he couldn't take all the zapping because he can feel it. And so they gave him Xanax to help him calm down. And still, of course, his pulse and everything was too low. So we are hoping right now that it is just those stupid eye drops. So as bad as condition I had, one time taking that can permanently give me that condition, damage my heart. My dad's been taking the eye drops for a long time now, but over time you can develop these conditions. They are prescription eye drops for high pressure in your eyes. Basically, it's like a blood pressure meds for your eyes, right? I don't know the exact brand it is, like the name of it, and I wouldn't say it anyways. And you can't normally find that written anywhere. It just says if you have blood pressure issues or heart problems, you just shouldn't take it. Because, see, my dad told me I had to take them because I'd go blind. But after reading all the side effects and then I was already crying when I was going to pick them up at the pharmacy, and the pharmacist said, I'm not giving them to you. I hear a cat. There's a cat somewhere in these windows crying. Oh, I see her. All right. So we're praying that it's just the meds and it didn't destroy his heart permanently and he'll be okay. Otherwise, what they're going to do is tomorrow, I think, try to take the metal leads out of his heart, and see if his heart will recover on its own, or if he will need a pacemaker. But y'all, it looked so bad on day 1. I really thought I was never going to get to see him again, and I was so angry because the hospital wouldn't let me go in there, and it was just that security guard being evil. She told me to go to the front desk and see if I could get a pass there, at least to sit in the lobby. My mom was still there getting her pass. She called on the phone and told them not to give me a pass. She banned me from the hospital that day. I wasn't mean. I was in tears. I wasn't hysterical. I was just in tears. And it is a very dangerous area. And they have gunshot and gang victims all the time there, okay? And I was like, I don't want to sit in my car. It's 40-degree weather. I will be out there 5 to 8 hours in the dark, in a parking garage, in a bad area. Can I sit in the lobby? And I said it really nicely, just crying, tears coming down my face, because I was scared and for my dad and everything. And she's like, I can't give you that pass, but one of y'all can have a pass, so you have to go to the main desk. I went to the main desk, but she had already caught ahead and told me and banned me from the building. I wished anything I got her name, because it's not being a Karen. She needs to be retrained, because when I went back the next day, they all said that was bullshit. I should have been given a pass to at least sit in the lobby with all the other people where there's a Starbucks and everything. I should not have been forced to go sit in my car, especially in that neighborhood. Even the girl who gave me the pass that day said that was friggin' nuts. It's not safe there for you. But because one of them call it in, they have to go off that word of that person, because once it gets caught in, it's caught in. I was so calm, y'all. I was just like, please. Like, the security guard, because she was just the person who let you through, but the actual real cop there felt really bad for me. But the hospital rules is when someone calls it in, there's nothing that can be done and stuff. So, and there was no, I didn't want to do the whole, well, give me your manager thing, right? I was too upset, and I wasn't angry upset. I was just hurt. Like, I wanted to be there to find out what's going on. At least sit in the lobby. There was other people sitting in the lobby. There were kids running around in the lobby, but they banned me from the building. Of course, I'm not banned no more. I've been up there twice now. But the thing was, I did nothing. I wasn't angry or anything. I was just like, please, like, I guess the please and the tears she didn't like, oh my gosh. But anyways, so we're still waiting to see. We don't know if it is the meds or not, or if it permanently damaged it. We don't know if his heart will recover on its own, because the machine's been doing it for him. He can't move his arm, his left arm or left side of the body at all right now, because that is where it's entering into his body. He can't stand up or sit up when they sit him up too much. His blood pressure does something funky. When he laid back last night, it dropped to nothing, and his pulse dropped to nothing. So I have had a very stressed week. So when I say I've eaten crackers as my meal for almost every day this week, it is not a lie. I'm weighing 225. Shockingly, it's not going up a lot. I have had some bread because I did make me a sandwich the other night, which I didn't end up having to have crackers. I made me a really big sandwich with 2 pieces of bread. It was loaded with meat, and I only did 1 slice of cheese because I'm trying not to do fat with carbs. Fat with carbs, like, that's why donuts and stuff like that makes you gain weight so faster than if you were to go eat like 1 slice of plain bread with no butter on it. Because when you combine, that's why when people put you on diets, like a nutritionist who don't believe in keto and they say no more than 25 fat grams a day, it's because you're eating so many carbs that if you eat those fat grams with it, it's just going to stick to your body. Think of carbs as like the glue to make the fat stick inside your body. And that's why keto works. You don't have the glue, the fat just burns right out of you, right? But when you're eating carbs, any fat you eat sticks to your body. Some people can get away with it, okay? Some people don't have insulin resistance, they're not metabolic syndrome issues, and even though my blood sugars aren't high at all, and I know most of it's water that I'm retaining right this minute because keto does drain all the water out of you, still, I'm waking up with migraines. When I eat carbs, I have the worst migraines, worse than normal. They are totally different. They are horrible migraines. And I'm in tons and tons of pain. And like I said, really stressed. So, now I do have to say, all of a sudden, those horrible leg and Charlie horses I was having around the clock, I have not had one since the last video I told y'all about, because then I started eating too many carbs, in cracker form. But that is my life right now. 100% stress. And my sister and them are headed down here this weekend. We were supposed to be doing a big Thanksgiving thing. My dad is hoping that it turns out to be the meds, and by Sunday he'd be home. And I don't know, like when he's in the hospital scared, he says things, but it never gets stuck to. Because he said when he gets out right after Thanksgiving, he's willing to give a real go at a diet. So we will see. But that means for me, I might not be recording my meals. I might be recording his, because his will be more of what people want to see, as in bigger volumes, actually eating 3+ meals a day and snacks, and being like keto low carb. It will be like it was when I first started keto for the first 2-3 years, when I actually ate food and didn't have such a shrunken stomach with a bunch of stomach issues. So yeah, I was doing great with my stomach issues. Like, I would have them occasionally before getting COVID multiple times that year. I was doing fine. And now it's like a friggin' nightmare. Of course, it could be stress, and stress has really been hardcore the last 2 years. But his meals, I've already been coming up with them in my head in case he's willing to really do it. Won't be like omelets, right? Bacon, sausage. I can make a sausage gravy that's low carb. We won't even call it keto because I don't want people coming at me, because I would make him gravy with carb quick. Stuff like that, things that he would actually eat. Now, he's allergic. He has allergic reactions, and we don't know if it's the erythritol or what, because that's the weird part, to like Quest candies, peanut butter cups, all of them, and he's not allergic to peanut butter cups, not real ones. Every keto dessert I've given him, his throat starts swelling. One time we had to call the ambulance when he had the Quest little cooked peanut butter cups. So we don't give him that kind of stuff. Now, he can have the Ruffler Stouffer's ones, but that raises blood sugar, y'all. But I don't honestly know how he would do it, because his diabetes doctor has him on this insane amount of this shot thingy that's not just normal insulin, so that his blood sugars stay 100, and it's a dose I've never heard of in my life. Like, it is gigantic. But without it, it goes to 421 to 500. So, But it would be things like that. And he loves tuna salads. So we could make him tuna salads and tons of deviled eggs and big giant salads that he likes. He loves just green onions, mayonnaise, and lettuce tomato salads. Easy, right? That's keto. Yes, it's going to have a lot of fat in it. But y'all, he's going from more carbs than I could even begin to tell you. With all the bad foods. So if he really does this, anything I do will be better. Even if he eats a big giant ribeye. Even if we're going to try the resistant insulin starch thingy, like insulin resistant starch with him, because he loves potato salad. Right? So it'll be more low carb because I don't want people screaming. But if he's willing to do it, I will record the meals I make for him, which will be at his house. So I have to do a whole setup down at my mom's house because cooking that many times a day would be really, really hard not to let the cat hear. Now, breakfast would be easy to cook outside on my griddle once I'm completely finished seasoning it. It's having a little bit of issues this year, but it's because the humidity is so high. I always have trouble getting griddles perfectly seasoned in Florida with the humidity. And we've had some friggin' 90-something humidity. I think today's lower, but I don't have time to sit there and play with it today. I mean, it looks fine, but I'm a little more pickier than that. But yeah, I've been playing with recipes in my head, like smoking whole chickens. Even though he doesn't like chicken, he can eat a whole, he can eat it. It'll be fine. Because he just ate chicken in the hospital. He also ate broccoli in the hospital. And of course the hospital's stupid and they gave him rice and they gave him friggin' oranges. Okay, y'all. You have no idea how much I ranted when I saw his food. His little boneless, skinless chicken breast was not even 3 ounces. But he had like a half a cup of rice, a cup of broccoli, which is fine. But then one of those containers of oranges, and that was the second time that day he had oranges. Which he wasn't eating, he was giving my mom anyways, since I, because you're going to tell me, and they gave him a biscuit earlier. So, and they tried to lie to him and say it only had 3 carbs. No, it's 3 carbs, as in your plate has 3 carbs on it. And they don't count fruit and vegetables as carbs. Hospitals are so stupid. They're so stupid. I was so mad. You don't give someone who you just poked their finger and it is 421, you don't hand them friggin' oranges. A baby would know that. What do you do when someone has low blood sugar to shoot their sugar up instantly? If you don't know the secret about chocolate milk, you give them orange juice, you give them oranges. Okay? Back in the 80s, 90s, it was always a cup of orange juice real fast or orange. Now people know chocolate milk is actually the fastest way in the world. Chocolate milk is the fastest way in the world to raise your blood sugar. And I had already switched him over to Fairlife milk, by the way, a long time ago when I introduced it to my daughter because he drinks a lot of milk and milk has a lot of carbs in it. And I had already switched him over and he actually likes it. So we took a lot of carbs away that way. But every time I'm astounded, every time I go to that hospital and he's there and I see them bringing him applesauces and oranges and all kind, rice, mashed potatoes, but no red meats or anything because that's bad for your heart. People need to be re-educated. That steak isn't what is hurting your heart. It is 90% usually because your blood sugars are way effing too high because you just ate some friggin' oranges and stuff. And yes, I said oranges. Okay, because a lot of people's like, it's natural, blah, blah, blah. There's no sugar in it. It's natural sugar. It's sugar. Sugar's natural. Okay? Sugar cane is natural, and it has sugar, and your oranges have sugar, and your apples have sugar, and your plums have sugar, and delicious, yummy grapes, which I miss, have sugar. Your pineapple has sugar. You can make desserts using them because they have sugar. They are sugar. And I know, gaining 90-something pounds of my weight back, a lot of people's like, keto's not sustainable. It's not the keto causing my stomach issues. It is not. It is getting COVID screwed my body up so freaking bad, and it is hard to heal it this time around. And I have rethinked how, once my sister and them are gone, how to try to control the heartburn, because it's not normal heartburn, and I don't want esophagus cancer. I have rethinked my whole coming back to keto plan. All of it. Including the parts, once it's all gone, because I spend a lot of money on cheese, and money matters with food right now. Once it's all gone, I will be going dairy-free other than butter. Okay. For a while. I am also, even though I cannot stand the friggin' taste, let me rephrase that dairy-free. First, we're going down to 2 ounces of cheese a day and only Kobe Jack. If I'm still having any kind of issues, because I can eat cheese and it calms down my stomach. Not like 100% though, like 50%. And then I move on to the crackers to fix the other 50. So we're going to see, because I'm going down to a low fat keto. Meaning I will only eat ground sirloin, and as the red meat I eat, or a sirloin steak with no fats, I will no longer be eating the fats. I will no longer be eating bacon once the food I have is gone. Because food is just getting friggin' ridiculous. And I will be eating tons and tons of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And we will be eating carrots and celery. Okay, and we will probably, if we find berries that are tasting good, we will be eating berries, okay? And did I say broccoli? And a lot of broccoli. All right, we are going to the other side of keto, what I used to do years ago. I get more protein in when I do boneless, skinless chicken breast, even though I hate the taste of chicken right now, but we're gonna try a few different things than when I eat like bacon or beef or something, because I fill up too fast. So we are switching over. And that is once my food is gone. So I'm not saying December 1st, I'm not saying December 2nd, I'm not saying December 15th, whenever all the bacon I have bought, whenever all 90% of all the cheeses other than the Kobe Jack, when all of that is gone, and my heartburn has been minimum today and yesterday, so it seemed to disappear around the second week of December last year. So I'm hoping it's a seasonal thing, and if it is, we're gonna have to discover what I can do different during this season, because I cannot go back to carbs every single time, because then I have all these weird pains. Carbs cause me pain. Wheat causes me pain. Okay, I get ear pain. I get severe migraines. Like, wheat is not my friend. I also get the stomach cramps from hell, where I'm on the floor crying. And that usually happens during the night. But I can't sleep through the heartburn either, because the gushing is ridiculous, y'all. All I can do is laugh about it right now because it's so ridiculous. But anyways, I need to call my sister because I'm not sure if my mom did today, so I will keep y'all updated on everything. So I think it's the 18th, 19th. Y'all, I've lost all track, and I'm not even gonna look because it's too hard to push the button. My dad came home today with a monitor to continue monitoring him. He truly believes, hold on, there's music. Alright, so he truly believes it's the medication, which I do too, but we won't know for sure. That's why he has the monitor. He's only been home for like 2 hours. I've been crazy busy. My sister and them come in the morning. So I basically have been what I consider low carb. Low carb is 75, at least to me. It's like phase 3 of Dr. Erica Westman in Your Carb Confusion. Basically 75 total carbs or less a day. I have been doing a lot of sandwiches, and my carbs are coming from the bread. The bread is higher carbs than most breads. Normally you can get some breads that 2 slices is 22, but it equals closer to 40 because they are 20 something a slice. But they are, it's a huge sandwich. And that is all I'm eating for the last couple of days. That is it. I don't have to eat the crackers. It only equals about 40 something carbs a day. I'm only having half my coffee in the morning. I didn't even finish it this morning. So, yeah. But my weight is stuck right at 228, which I knew it would be. But at least I only went up 10 pounds from all the crackers and stuff because of the GER. But one thing I'm trying to tell y'all is, even through all this crisis, even through all the GER, all the feeling like garbage, in severe pain, minimum 8,000 steps a day. Most of my days were way over 10,000, like 13, 14, 15,000 steps a day. So I am at least getting my steps in. I am forcing my steps in because exercise does help relieve GER and stuff like that. So I have been getting my steps in and very busy, y'all. So busy, let me tell you. I'm straightening up the porch so my sister can see it tomorrow, all pretty and stuff. My little monsters are at the door trying to get out the door, but they're not allowed on this porch. No, Pipey. She's crying her little eyes out. We'll talk about it in a minute. But anyways, I'm just straightening everything up and getting it all ready so we can sit out here and enjoy some nice Christmas atmosphere, even though I know it's not Christmas yet, but they won't be here for Christmas. So I was just petting my daughter and mom's outdoor cat, Taki. They're like, my daughter's like, she's not gonna scratch you if you pick her up. We pick her up. Y'all, I am covered and they are whelping up. I think I'm allergic to her. I mean, both hands. I don't know if you can see them. The palms of my hands. I'm covered. Came to get some Band-Aids. I don't have health insurance right now either. But I did receive my paper saying my health insurance starts on the 1st, so I am excited. But yeah, so I've had some cucumbers, some carrots with a little bit of ranch homemade dip with sour cream. But I've kind of lost my breath, but I don't know if it's from the cat scratch or the food. I think it's from the cat scratch because that was fine. Oh, and I had a little sandwich with a half a piece of bread, so that was like 10 carbs. And not counting carbs for the celery or cucumber or whatever. It wasn't celery, it was cucumber and a carrot, like a little baby carrot, like 3 of them. And a little piece of cucumber. Oh, here comes Dina, hold on. Alright, I ordered this week's go off of Temu. It is running very slow, slower than normal. Let's see what we got. Alright, so I am actually wearing what we're about to see as the t-shirts that I am in love with. At least it's supposed to be the same one. I can tell you right now it's different material, so I'm a little upset. This is not the same one. And it's really tiny. Oh my gosh, I would want to send these back. We'll see. Where's the size? That does not look like the 2XX. It says it is XXL. Okay, I'm going to keep them anyways. I think they're more like the white shirt I ordered previous, which is fine. I'm not even going to open them all. So I have a pink one, the blue one. I'll show you the blue again. It's just a basic shirt. I wear tank tops underneath them. I prefer the one I'm wearing right now. It's bigger and a thicker material, but I must have ordered the one that I have of the white, which is fine. So one thing I do like about it is they are going to fit me if they're like the white, and they will just hopefully, as I lose weight, work. Like I said, I got them in multiple colors because they were $4. Alright, my metal suns for my wall. Okay, this is not as pretty as the other one. It looks really pretty in the camera though, but from a distance it's prettier. So we're going to put that on our wall. Should have more. Oh, that one's pretty. Okay, that goes outside. Alright, my pillowcases finally made it here. My sister and them will be here tomorrow. So I'm excited to finally have the pillowcases for my porch. Now these ones are totally different. They are very felt, very not cat friendly, but I'm not laying them out there. So the picture is as pretty as it looks. Oh yeah, it was my white set, and here's another white one. And then a pair of slippers for a couple of dollars just for inside the house. Let's see if they fit me though, because I have big feet, size 11. So, oh yeah, they fit perfect. $2 slippers. I would definitely say they are $2 to $3 slippers. Like, they're very generic, but they are perfect, and I can throw them away. They're cheap. We go for cheap stuff because we have cats, and sometimes you need to throw your stuff away, so we go cheap. Alright. So I am not disappointed once I realized they are like my white t-shirt that I did love. It's just I am swollen right now, so there's no way I can wear it. But they were like $4 a piece, so I got me a bunch of different colors. I'm into plain tops right now and, you know, design on the bottom. And I'm going to have to put these up tonight. I thought my other pillowcase was coming in this. I guess not. So I guess we're working with one, but that's okay. I'll make it work. And my tiny little Temu haul. I really thought it was my other order that I ordered before this, because it said it had shipped too, but this seemed to make it here first.
So exciting.
Freya, you're not supposed to be on this porch, Freya. Did Daddy bring you on it? Oh, God. No, Freya. Mommy's decorations. No. Daddy's bad. No. See a bird? Y'all, it's hot today. And little Miss Pain in the Butt is out here. Piper, what are you doing? Are you a good girl? So Mommy lets you out because you're the princess. We gotta watch Freya and make sure she don't eat the Christmas tree and get sick. She's trying to think, should I run again? Is Mommy gonna stop me? I see you, Freya. I see you thinking. Piper, don't eat the tree. Yeah, how do y'all have trees in the house with cats? I just want to know, because I see people do it and I don't get it. How do you stop your cat from climbing it or eating it? Papa, don't eat the cords. Papa, I just told everyone you're the good princess. You're proving me wrong. Papa, where you go? See your butt.